people passing by. Darkness sleeps away, and the night so cold that scares me anymore, and I feel so brave like I never did before. Say to vivid city, I don't wanna come back home. Even in the late night, I see more than the street light. How could I be so blind? Light is inside, it's the new life. My venues are streets and boulevards. I feel so revived. City takes my pain. Yeah. This place heals every broken heart, every tired mind just gets lost in space. And the night's so cold that scares me anymore, and I feel so brave like I never did before. Say to vivid city, I don't wanna come back home. Even in the late night, I see more than the street light. How could I be so blind? Light is inside, it's the new life. Even in the late, even in the late, even in, light is inside, it's the new life.
Thank you very, very much to our student Alexandra for this wonderful composition, City Lights. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody in front of your screens. Hello, everybody here with us at Spielraum. Welcome, a very warm welcome from Spielraum at Gasometer. My name is Martina Nell. I'm head of student services at Friedrich Gulda School of Music, and I've got the pleasure to guide you through today's virtual event. So first of all, thank you very much for joining us today. We are very delighted that you are considering studying with us. And together with my wonderful colleagues, who are going to introduce themselves in a minute, I'll be presenting our institution to you today, our study programs and subjects we offer. We want to talk about what studying in Vienna is like, what to expect, how to find accommodation, and any other questions that might arise. We want you to get to know our teachers. But we don't want this to be like a mere presentation, so we ask you to make use of the chat function of the YouTube stream and also on Instagram. So please ask your questions whenever they arise. My colleague Martin will read them out to us. We will happily answer as many questions as possible. In case, if it's too many questions, we will select them. And if for any reason your question is not addressed today or cannot be addressed today, please drop us a line. We will get back to you afterwards individually, either via email or a phone call, or we can arrange a Zoom session as well. We are going to hold this webinar in English today, but please feel free to ask your questions in German for all the German-speaking people here. So let's get started. Who are we? Who are we at Friedrich Gulda School of Music? We are a conservatory with public status. This means in German Konservatorium mit Öffentlichkeitsrecht, which means that we are accredited by the state of Austria to issue diplomas that are approved just as those by public schools and public universities. So we offer 4-year state-approved diploma courses, both towards an artistic and a pedagogy diploma. So you can study artistic major and artistic major in music education. And in addition to the diploma studies, we offer preliminary courses and also postgraduate diploma for those students who already own a post-secondary or tertiary degree. The studies we offer are in the fields of classical music, jazz and pop music, and musical dance and music theater. Our study subjects cover all modern instruments such as voice, piano, guitar, violin, drums, cello, flute, percussion, bass, and so on, just to name a few. And of course, you can also study improvisation with us, composition, music theory, or conducting and ensemble management. I think that we're going to start off with the probably most interesting question for you today, as our fall term is about to start. So let's talk about the admission process first, and then I'll hand on to our teachers and to Alexandra, who is going to talk about her impression as a student at our institution. So for the admission at Friedrich Gulda School of Music, it's important to know that it's 2 phases. The first one consists of 2 parts, which is handing in all your relevant documents, all these administrational papers. And the second one is handing in your artistic presentation. So this is all done online, actually. We have online auditions, which we have started during the pandemic, but it proved rather reasonable, so we stick to it. You just go to our website, hit the Apply Now button, which is red, and then it guides you, the menu guides you through this whole process. It tells you which documents to upload and how this all works. For the artistic presentation, it's important to know we need you to hand in 3 videos of your music making. If you can, of course, 3 difficult ones. It doesn't need to be a professional recording, so a cell phone video is sufficient. Don't be worried about that. So we just need to have a decent sound quality and be able to listen to your skills. If you have a live performance, either of like a school concert or whatever live performance you already did, that's even more welcome. So we can also see how you walk on stage, how you behave on stage, how you interact with other probably band members. So of course this presentation will be different whether it's for classical music or jazz or pop music. If you are interested in studying musical with us, please drop us a line in the chat so that we know, because the auditions for musical are on spot in Vienna, on site in Vienna. The second stage of the audition process is an interview, but please don't be afraid of that. It's just a relaxed conversation via Zoom with our jury. The jury consists of teachers of our university and the head of school, or his deputy head of school. They will be able to judge from talking to you which teacher could suit you best. They want to know who you are. They want to know what style of music you're interested in, what goals you have, what expectations you have, and just check whether this fits to what we have to offer. If you want to place a certain request for a certain teacher, please do so. We are really willing to fulfill special requests and really try to make everyone happy in terms of who they want to study with. In order to give you an impression of what our teachers might be like, we have 3 of our teachers here with us today, or 2 of them here with us. One joined us online. I would like to start with Robert Lehrbaumer, who is a teacher for classical music and also the department head for piano. Sorry, he's a teacher for piano and the department head for classical music at Friedrich Gulda School. May I ask you to give us an introduction?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm very glad to drop some words. Welcome from Vienna and in Vienna. I think it's a wonderful challenge for people from all over the world to come to Vienna to study here. where so many important compositions have been born in this town, in this atmosphere. But on the other side, on this very institute, the Friedrich Gulda School of Music, you have more than just the traditional education, which you get on many institutes in Vienna, because here the classic music meets the modern music, meets the jazz, meets pop. And this is, I think, a very unique chance, but this is not a must. If you are just interested in develop your skills in classic music, you are highly welcome, and I can really confirm that there are a lot of wonderful teachers who could share their knowledge and their skills with you to develop your own skills and your talents. You can breathe the air of this culture center of the world, Vienna. You have the possibility also to take part in so many events here. Yeah, the Opera House, the Concert House, the Musikverein is all wide known places, and also outside the Friedrich Gulda School of Music you can have and get so many experiences. So I have been educated also in Vienna as a pianist and an organist, as a conductor. I also teach chamber music here, and so I'm integrated in a large part of the whole institute. And I'm also, as the head of the key department, I'm used to help students and to advise them and to help them to find their own path through the studies here in Vienna, but also maybe towards their own life. I think this is a very, very important topic, to find the way to your own profession and to your own path in your personal life. This is not just music, this is more. And I think this is a very good chance also to meet people here, to share thoughts and opinions, and to be integrated in this circle of culture, desiring people of all generations, the students as the teachers, and we are all colleagues here. I'm also your colleague. I'm just a little bit older, and I want to share what I've learned in my life to make your progress being more developed and quicker developed. This is a help to quick develop, but it's all inside you, what you will get out of yourself, and we try to help you.
Thank you very much, Robert. You put this very beautifully. Johannes, may I ask you to introduce your
Yes,
class?
hello. My name is Johannes Steiner, and I'm a voice teacher and choir conductor here. Voice teacher for jazz and pop. But what I think what is for the Gulda school, what is maybe interesting, that the choir I'm teaching choir 1, 2, 3, 4, so for 2 years. And the first year is open for everyone. So also classical singers can join the first choir. So that is sometimes interesting that they talked about meeting jazz and classical music. So this is also happening here. But the third and the fourth jam choir, this is for the specific jazz and pop singers. But the first is open, and so yes, you can find a lot of things there. And for choir singing, maybe it's important to know that I'm doing a lot of vocal percussion, integrating vocal percussion with the songs and beatboxing. So I also like to do. It's in the main research in my things is that I really try to find out some ways how to make music without instruments or body music. So I integrate body, percussion, and singing. Yeah, that's it, I think. So the rest you will find if you join us here. And yes, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We'll see which questions reach us. So before asking Alexandra to give us her impressions, please, Peter, may I ask you to introduce your person and your classes?
Hi, welcome from my side. My name is Peter Gabis. I'm percussion teacher and drum teacher at the Gulda School of Music. As you know, you can not only study classical music, but also explore yourself also in the field of popular music and jazz, in addition with in collaboration with the Jam Music Lab University. I also teach rhythmics for jazz and popular music. It's a quite funny course, like doing a lot of body stuff, and also get a deep understanding of rhythms and a deep awareness of rhythms. And I think this is the main topic of my teaching, getting more awareness for yourself, getting more awareness for your environment. And music is so much about connecting from inside to outside. You also have to be aware what's inside yourself, to be aware how you connect your musicality with the outside, with the ensemble that you're playing with, or with the room that you're playing with. So as you hear, I'm working a lot of in the field of awareness and mindfulness. I'm also a mindfulness teacher. I also had some on Jam Music Lab, some research labs about music and mindfulness, which was quite interesting research. But beside that, I'm also a liaison teacher and ombudsman of the school. So if there are any troubles that you face, like for example, like if there are troubles with colleagues, like bullying or something, or if you have personal problems by yourself, or financial problems, or whatever comes together, that you want to talk in a confidential space, I'm the person that you could contact me. Everything that we talk will keep strictly confidential. And so I always want to have an ear for you because I think it's all it's in the school is not just to give you education. Yeah, education has so much also to do with personal development, and it's very natural that problems are coming up, and if there is problems coming up, I would be happy to listen to you and probably guide you through the process and find out together what we can do here. So this is this is what I do here at the Gulda School of Music.
Thank you very much, Peter. So now you heard just 3 examples of the wonderful teachers we have here at Friedrich Gulda School of Music. Our faculty staff, they are all performers themselves, so that's really important to us, so they really know how to make you fit for a musical career after these studies with us. I would like to ask Alexandra what her reason was to join us here at Friedrich Gulda School of Music, what her impression is of campus life in Vienna as a foreign student, and whatever comes to your mind.
Thank you, Martina. Yes, my name is Alexandra. I'm coming from Belarus. So an interesting thing is when I arrived here, I couldn't speak German, and this was one of the reasons why I got to Jam, because you're very welcome to enter this university only with English knowledge, and then you can gladly learn German with the help of the teachers, with the help of your colleagues. You can also take a course. Maybe Martina can add a little bit onto it later. What's very important for me, I'm actually a singer, and I'm a Jam Music Lab student. It's a partner university of Gulda School of Music, but we actually collaborate pretty much, and I always meet my colleagues from the school here at the campus. What I like about it is that the school's goal for you is to become an active performer, and for that you get a lot of opportunities such as concerts, jam sessions. You're most likely going to be enrolled in some stage bands or ensembles, and you're definitely going to have some performances with your group, which becomes definitely a highlight of your study year. You can visit multiple jam sessions that are organized in general in Vienna by many venues, but also by jam. You can even be a jam session opener if you want to. And from my point of view, the most important thing for new students is to show interest and to be open-minded. Go and meet your colleagues, even if it's challenging to meet new people. Just go out and talk to them, get new experiences, create music together, get to know your teachers, because they always want the best for you and they just want to become your friends. And go ahead and build a trustful relationship. All of the office colleagues, they're very open to help you out. You can write an email, and if you have any questions regarding where to stay here during your studies or which classes shall you apply for in certain semesters or where do you meet musicians, you can always contact me. I'm gladly sharing my experience with you, or maybe we most likely see each other around. Yeah.
Thank you, Alexandra. Yeah, maybe I would like to add, because Alexandra was talking about her German knowledge when she arrived. Actually, we are doing this event in English today, but the classes at Friedrich Gulda School of Music, they are held in German. Of course, teachers are willing to point out the most important things of every class again in English. You can ask questions and they are willing to help, but in general, it's recommended and also necessary and required for you to study German. When you register for the studies or when you apply, there's no need to already prove your command of German, but at the latest, after the first study year, we need you to hand in a certificate of command on B1 level of German. As Alexandra said, this will come along automatically when you attend classes, when you talk to your colleagues, when you live in Vienna and join everyday life. But we also offer courses especially designed for our students at the language school called Eloquent. We have special conditions there and they teach German also for musicians, so you get this special vocabulary you need, and you will need it pretty soon in all the theory classes and other classes here. Do we already have questions on these conditions? And I mean, yeah? So I ask Martin to read them out to us.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So we have quite some questions from the chat. And the first one is, can you provide sufficient documents for visa applicants?
Yes, of course. So we have a colleague in our student service center. Her name is Claudia Randalls. She is the expert for visa, actually, and all that stuff connected to it. She will be willing to help you out on your individual case. Usually how it works is you apply to our institution. If you are accepted, which means that your artistic presentation was sufficient, or we liked your artistic presentation and see your potential, you get a letter of acceptance actually, and along with that already all the paper things you need for your embassy at home, and that's how you apply for the visa, and Claudia can help you with all that. So please drop us a line to office@friedrichguldaschoolofmusic.com. We will forward this to Claudia and she will get back to you.
What is the application deadline of this semester?
Well, actually, the application window is still open. Of course, the sooner you apply, the better. But we have this kind of Nachfrist until mid-October. So you could still apply until mid-October, but please be aware that the semester starts already on the 4th of September. So the official start of this semester is next Monday. We have this welcome day on Wednesday, and then the classes with your main subject teacher, they start the week after, so from 11th of September on. And 2 weeks after that, on the 25th, I think, all the other subjects start. So if you arrive only in October, you can just do the subject, like the classes with your main subject teacher, but for all the supplementary subjects, you have to see how to collect the knowledge of what they did in the first lectures, actually. But it's possible to join us still, so we are very happy to receive your applications.
All right. Another one. Are there any student dormitories that you offer?
Yes, so actually maybe to begin with, I would like to say that we are at Gasometer right now. This is the campus where the jazz and pop subjects take place. Then we have 2 other locations in Vienna. So the second one is for the classical music students is at Guglgasse at Palais Ehrbar in Vienna's 4th district, which is also a very lovely neighborhood, very lively next to Naschmarkt and Freihausviertel. And the third location we have is for the musical students at Marie-Hilfer-Straße, which is Vienna's longest, most important, best shopping street. That's also where our office is located. And speaking about Gasometer for the jazz and pop students, we have a dormitory, a student dormitory right above our heads here. So there is one located directly at our campus at Gasometer, and one is located just across the street, actually. So if you Google student dormitory, or in German it's Studentenheim, Gasometer, the first thing you get is the one in-house, actually, and the other one is called Vienna Base 11 because Gasometer is located in Vienna's 11th district. So that's only 2 of them. There are plenty of student dormitories in Vienna. So if you just Google for student dormitories, you get a list sorted by districts. You can choose if you want to have a gym, if you want to have like a practice room, if you want to have a stage there, if it's important to you to have cleaning service, whatever. So it's really a huge offer in Vienna for student dormitories.
Thank you very much. Tobias is asking, what repertoire do I need to learn as a classical pianist in the first semester?
Robert, may I ask you to answer this question?
Yeah. I think it is very important to have a rich overview about the repertoire. So, of course, the demand is to play Baroque music, to play music by especially Bach, because here you are trained to perform the polyphonic style of music. Of course, in Vienna, we need to give you a lot of knowledge about the classical style. Haydn, Mozart, Beethoven. This is the second basis for studying piano. Of course, the romantic and virtuosic romantic style is a third very important topic. And of course, we are also emphasizing the modern music in various styles. There is the music of Arnold Schönberg as well as George Gershwin, or contemporary music or whatever. So I would say starting from Bach, you should cover all styles, but when you try to enter the school for admission, show your skills and give short examples of what you're able to play in the Baroque style. It can be also Scarlatti, need not be Bach, or you give an example of a movement of a classical sonata, not a slow one. We are more interested in the fast ones. One example of your virtuosic skills in romantic music, Chopin, Schumann, Rachmaninoff, whatever you like. And it would be interesting also to listen to some modern piece, but this is not a need, but I think it's better to have good chances to be accepted.
Okay, so I think we have a question for Peter Gabis, drums related. Do I need to learn jazz drums, or can I also focus on pop and rock music?
That's a very good question. This is asked very often. Of course, you can focus on your style of music, because I think in our school the most important thing is to as Robert Levin also said, to get it together and to catch you up where you are. We have in the drum department different teachers. Like from my side, I'm a more jazz drummer and focused on jazz and also all kinds of ethnic stuff. So I would recommend that you choose your teacher, like for example Wolfgang Luckner, who is a really expert on rock and pop drumming. He is very active in the business scene. So he's the guy who's playing all the TV shows in Austria, and so he's a very good teacher for rock and pop music. So be clear what you expect from your teacher that you choose, but also my recommendation is also be open. Be open-minded and you have the great opportunities to study with different teachers here, and be open-minded and get what you get out the most what you can from the studies. So I know many musicians, they are just focused on their stuff, and this is what I do, and this is okay, but be open-minded, because in jazz tradition there's a lot of information that you can gain also for rock and pop drumming. So yes, you can mainly study rock and pop music, but in some ensembles it's also demanded to have basic knowledge, obviously in jazz music. So it would help you to become a better musician if you study all things. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you, Peter.
All right, thank you. Another question is, are there master classes or workshops for classical music students?
Robert?
There are. Yeah, and every student is invited to take part. Passively, this is a need. But also actively in the performance classes. We call this sort of master classes performance classes, because we also want to discuss and to speak about how to perform, not just how to play, but also how to appear on stage, how to communicate with the audience. And we are very eager in bringing students in situations where they can really practice how to perform, and also speak about possibilities to enlarge the style of performing, because we in the classic section we are very much, of course, influenced by the tradition. But I'm one of the examples who always, since I was a very young guy, I wanted to do something different on stage and surprise people with sort of presentation. And so I also want to give this idea to the students, and to try out special programs, special presentation of programs. And so the traditional way of playing the piano could also be presented in a modern shape. So you have really a lot of possibilities. There are also the so-called Klassenabende, class concerts. And so you can try out what you have learned during the lessons, and show your skills then in contact with the audience.
I would like to add that there are also other workshops, like not only in terms of like musical performances, but also input in terms of like music business, how to just have a like portfolio and stuff like that. So yes, the answer is yes, there is a wide range of workshops we offer. And you also, as we said already, very welcome to join jazz and pop subjects, actually. That's why we are called Friedrich Gulda School of Music. Also what Robert said in terms of like surprise people, combine different styles. So if you don't know Friedrich Gulda, please look him up.
It's worth.
Indeed.
And maybe you understand even better if you don't know him so far why he is a symbol of our school. Yeah, he's really a connector of both worlds of music, the classical one and the modern, the jazz one, the rock one, or whatever, which should actually be one world, finally.
All right. So a question for the singers. What courses will I need to attend as a pop singer in the first semester?
As a pop singer, of course, you have your main subject for singing class, and there's also the choir for the Gulda school. There was the choir, and all the other subjects are the same. And the topics, I mean, your main subject is, of course, singing classes, and you have a little more time. It's 90 minutes, the lessons.
Yes.
Yes.
It's 90 minutes per week on your
That's the
main
difference
subject.
to the jam students a little bit. So yes, that's it. And you can choose whatever you want. If you are used to sing rock songs or you're used to sing pop songs, you come with your songs and we try to find what can we do with those songs. Or if you want to sing jazz or if you want to improvise a little bit with your voice, we can do this. But mainly a lot of people start with pop and rock songs and later they get curious about other styles and they start to sing jazz. So that's the way, mostly.
All right, thank you. Maybe Alexandra can elaborate. What courses do singers usually enroll to in the first semester? So what can they expect?
So as Johannes said, of course you have your main subject. This is what you have the whole study period basically. You definitely need to apply for all of the standard classes such as solfeggio, ear training, music theory, history. Even though history you can also do in the second study year, but some people start with that. Then depending on if you're doing pedagogy or if you're doing artistic major, if you're doing pedagogy, then you definitely need to apply for pedagogical classes such as didactics, methodology. You also might apply for some seminars like connected to research, because if you want to write a diploma research that might be interesting to you, you can apply for that. You also should probably enroll in some kind of stage band or ensemble. You can decide there's a pop one and a jazz one, but try to be very fast because these ones are usually gone in seconds.
All right, thank you. Another question is, which possibilities are there to connect with other students? Are there many events that help you to socialize?
Alexandra, would you mind answering this question?
Yeah, as I mentioned, of course, there are jam sessions. From my point of view, this is one of the most important events that you visit. Try to be active and search online. Actually, most of the updates you find on Jam Online. This is your system for all of the necessary stuffs, timetable, enrollment, communication with the teachers. You also find all of the information on the upcoming concerts there, or on the website, or online on Instagram page, for instance. Try to monitor it a little bit. Another thing, you definitely meet a lot of people during the group classes. For instance, if you enroll in theory class or if you enroll in ensemble class, you meet every week. And what I also recommend is that you just find people that you would like to make music with and try to meet them outside of the classroom. This is a fun experience. Practicing together is also a nice way to meet somebody and make contact to people. In general, Vienna is a very music-related city, so if you go outside and you see a jazz club, just go inside and listen to the music. Meet up people. This is the easiest thing to do. Facebook, Instagram, there are always events. I can give you some names. For instance, there is a club Frau Maya or Local or Loop. Local is not existing anymore, right? Yeah, no. it's closed. Anyways, from my loop, Kokoba, Funny Alive. This is very famous. Just go out and check it out. You definitely find some amazing bands playing there.
And in terms of classical music, you know the names. So it's Musikverein, Konzerthaus, Vienna Opera House. Yeah, should I repeat what I just said? I just wanted to add, because Alexandra gave us a nice list of locations for jazz and pop music in Vienna. Of course, there are many, many, many more. I just wanted to add that in terms of classical music, it's the names that everybody knows anyway. But I just wanted to mention Musikverein, Konzerthaus, Opera House, all the other like theaters, opera houses, Volksoper, like it's so many different options to listen to concerts. Like, I don't know. You will not have enough time to see all you want to see and listen to everything you want to listen to. That's a promise.
Maybe I can use the intermission now, the rest, to encourage everybody to try to apply. Because there is a main study, okay, but there is also something before. If you don't feel to be already able to do a regular study, there is also a preparatory course which you could attend to prepare your regular study. And also after the regular study, there's also the occasion to do after your studies wherever or here some additional studies, even to develop your skills, even after having received your master wherever. Yes, also there are different possibilities for very various levels, and so feel encouraged.
Yes, and please feel free to contact us anytime at the office. We are very happy to recommend the best solution for you. We just talk about where you are, what you plan to do, what goals you have, and we can decide on which kind of study program suits you best. Any other questions? No further questions. Okay. So let me thank you once again for joining us today, on site and online. May I ask our visitor today what she's interested in? What do you want to study at Friedrich Gulda School of Music?
We're actually here because we heard that children that are really talented in her age, like at the age of 9 or 10, would also have the opportunity to apply there. So we basically wanted to listen to those regular information.
Okay.
Exactly.
Thanks very much.
I'm going to study at jam.
Okay.
Start there, jazz vocal.
Fantastic. So for all those who couldn't see our audience right now, I asked them what they are applying for. And I think the first example is a very specific one. So we are going to talk about this afterwards individually. For everybody else who joined us, thank you very much. We are very much looking forward to receiving your applications for Gulda School of Music, and see you soon in Vienna. Thank you. Thank you.